Continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Warner Anderson as Matthew Swain, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, and Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie.
Winter, the season of discontent. It seems to have even more impact this year in Peyton Place. Although it's only a few weeks since the snow set in, young people like Allison Mackenzie and Paul Hanley are already craving for the thaws of spring and the heat of summer.
Can I carry this for you?
Oh, no, thank you, Mr. Henley. I can manage.
Oh, that's the trouble with American women. Too independent.
And European girls aren't?
Of course not. It's unfeminine. You'll never catch a self-respecting French girl carrying her own package when there's a man around to help.
All right, if you insist.
I insist. What do you have here? Cheese? Apples? What? No wine? Oh, that's too bad. We could have a picnic in the bandstand.
Well, it's too cold for a picnic.
Oh, that's why we need the wine. A book of verse, a jug of wine. You would be amazed at what it can do. We drink and the snow vanishes. We drink again. There's a hot sun overhead and a blazing blue sky. We're in a little village in Provence. I can smell the lilacs, can't you?
I smell pine cones.
You have very little imagination.
Well, I did feel warmer for a minute. Do you get carried away like this very often?
Oh, constantly. I find it helps one survive. That really wasn't very much of a place for a picnic. I know that. It's a little too public and too close to the pillory. Why don't you give me a rain check?
If you'll wait till the snow really melts. I know I'll enjoy your class.
If all my pupils were like Allison Mackenzie, I would too.
Thank you.
Seems to me, Mr. Hanley, she's about up now.
$73.20.
Just put it on the bill. Good afternoon, Mr. Hanley.
Afternoon, Miss Albert. That what you want?
I like it.
It's too bright.
For me?
Yep.
Maybe that's why I like it.
I believe I understand that remark, Allison.
I meant that I'd kind of like to be noticed.
By being flashy?
Could I be?
I'm disappointed in you.
Why? Because I don't want to be drab?
I suppose you're all like that now. I never approved of my daughter wearing makeup. She never wore it, as long as she lived under my roof.
I'd like this one, please.
It'll be $1, 12 cents tax.
Hello, Allison.
Hello, Uncle Matt.
Shopping?
Just bought a new lipstick. Tell me what you think of it.
It looks lively. I'm sure it'll be very becoming.
Thank you, Uncle Matt. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. Hanley.
Bye, Allison.
You don't approve?
She's getting as flighty as the rest.
I wouldn't worry about Allison. She seems pretty level-headed to me.
Everybody's level-headed according to you, Matt.
What are you trying to say?
I read your editorial about what those boys did over at Rocky Point.
It was only a prank.
A couple of weekends in jail would set them to thinking.
Well, they're being punished.
By washing the school bus for a month?
Is my electric razor back in the repair shop?
Oh, no, not till Monday.
No, I'll see you then.
You cannot condone irresponsible behavior.
Young people are all a little wild.
My daughter was that way. Look what happened to her.
Calvin, you were very strict with Elizabeth.
I wasn't strict enough. If I had been, she wouldn't have married Elliot Carson. He killed her.
I'm referring to what your daughter did, or is supposed to have done before he killed her. If he did kill her.
He's guilty.
Calvin, we all are. Of one thing or another, all of us.
Hi. What are you doing?
Isometric exercises. Phil made me promise not to gain 1 single pound.
You don't lose?
You don't know Phil. He wants everything very high style. That's the image. And that's what we little New York Cinderellas have to keep in mind. You never, ever let yourself get out of shape. Or the old glass slipper won't fit, and then what? Oh. So bring on the orange juice, sweetie. Oh, I hate weekends. I hate Fridays. And I hate those endless Sundays.
You know, when I got up this morning, I thought how lucky I was. I looked outside down at all those strangers, and it was so cold and unfriendly out there, and I felt so warm and safe in here. I really am grateful to you, Sharon.
Oh, you don't know me. I slept last night for the first time without the little pills. First time in I don't know how long.
They say New York never sleeps. But when I wake up at night, oh, it seems like everyone's asleep but me.
I used to sleep when I first came here.
I can't seem to think of you coming here. I mean, you're so much a part of New York.
It was only 5 years ago. And when I spotted you in the employment agency, you reminded me of me. And Mayfield Corners.
Funny. You don't want to talk about Mayfield, and I want to forget Peyton Place, but I can't. I keep wondering if I really came here to find something, or if I just ran away, because everything went wrong, and most of it was my fault.
Don't tell me you want to go back there.
No. Well, I don't think so. Well, not yet, anyway. I want to prove I can be someone on my own as Betty Anderson. Whoever she really is. And when I got on that bus, I made myself a promise. No one was ever going to feel sorry for me anymore. No one.
Miss Mackenzie?
Yes.
Would you lend me a hand, please?
Oh, yes, Mr. Henry.
I have managed to wedge this in here so tightly, I'm afraid I'll tear the canvas. Could you just steady that end, please?
What do you have in here?
No, you'll see. Just a minute. Now, don't pinch your finger, but there. Just pull that up real slowly. Yeah. There we are. Maybe you're too close. I'll try it over here. There. How do you like that? What do you think of that?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting.
Yes, it is interesting, but you're not sure you like it, are you?
Yeah.
That's all right. Steve isn't here to take insult.
Who's Steve?
A friend I met in Paris.
Left bank?
Right. No, I mean, you're wrong. It was the right bank. One mark. Well, Miss Mackenzie, you may ask. Go right ahead.
Ask what?
What does it mean?
I thought you weren't supposed to ask that about abstract paintings.
Excellent. You're not. Now, if you expect simple answers. And simple answers are only to be found in fairy tales.
What do you about fairy tales?
Well, you know, the old absolutes, good and evil, truth and falsehood, right or wrong.
Some things are right, some things are wrong.
What about killing?
It's wrong.
And you're against war,
Yes.
no matter what the circumstances.
No, I think there are times when people have to fight.
Fight and kill. Then what happens to that old commandment, thou shalt not kill?
Well, if you're defending something or
Miss
someone...
Mackenzie, a man steals a loaf of bread. Jean Valjean, Les Miserables. Thou shalt not steal? What I'm saying is that one must unlearn everything in order to learn everything. Does that make sense to you?
No, it doesn't. You're saying that you have to throw away all the rules.
Only to create new rules.
Then what happens to your new rules?
That is a good question. Not a very new one, but certainly a good one. Are you on your way home now?
Yes, I am.
Well, I have my car with me. If you like, I'll drive you into town. Maybe I can answer some of those questions on the way.
All right, I'll have lots more for you.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
Oh, good morning, Michael.
How are you?
Oh, confused. Happens every time I have to mark things down. I never know whether I've stocked the wrong books or the customers wouldn't buy the right ones.
Well, maybe it's my chance to pick up the library of my dreams.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. However, if you would like a nice mystery anthology, 20 murders for $3.
Well, what is that, about 15 cents a murder, huh? You practically giving them away.
How's Eli Carson doing?
Well, most of the reports are in on him. I'm going to discuss that with his son.
Is he going to stay in the hospital?
He'll be there for a while.
I'd like to send him a book. Could you see he gets it?
Well, certainly. First thing in the morning.
I think he'd like this one. He likes anything to do with the sea and sailing. So does Elliot. It's in their blood.
Connie, I've been wondering something. Does Eli Carson know the facts about Allison?
I'm sure Elliot never told him. Why do you ask?
Well, why not? Allison's his granddaughter.
Don't you suppose I think about that? I know he's been deprived of something. You know, if it weren't for Allison, I wouldn't feel the way I do about a lot of things. But she has to be protected. She has her whole life ahead. If she were to find out, it isn't only that Elliot's her father. It's the fact he's been convicted of murder.
Connie, that's all over and done with.
In terms of time, yes. But there's a lot more than that involved.
Life is supposed to be a series of forward movements. Elliot belongs to the past.
Michael, he's here, now.
So am I.
Why so solemn?
I was just wondering why you came back to Peyton Place.
To teach.
I'm surprised you didn't want to stay on in Europe.
A missionary's place is among the savages.
Savage.
Intellectual savages.
Am I a savage?
No, Allison, you're a sweet, simple girl. You're a child. With all of a child's illusions. You're not a savage, Allison. You're primitive.
Well, I suppose that's an improvement.
A distinct advance.
Well, thank you for driving me back.
Welcome. You're welcome.